Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Options Trader Today. So today in this video I will explain you how the price of gold has moved in the last week and how the price of gold can move in the next week. See, if you look at the chart of gold, what we have seen that gold is trading at $1809.87. Okay, and if you look at this particular chart, what we have seen, a swing is forming at 1613, which is already being tested here. So chances are very high that if the price comes close to this level, we can see it can go further down. And after pandemic, what we have seen, there was a continuous upside, and if you look at this particular pattern, that there is a pattern formed after that, and a U pattern was forming. Okay, and there is a sharp fall. And if you look at this particular trend, now from 4-5 weeks we have seen there is a continuous downfall and a price action towards downside is there. Before we move forward and explain you, if you have any doubt, you can mail me at stockmarkettradinglive@gmail.com and one more mail ID in the description. Please watch the full video so you understand how this technical work, and a Telegram link also in the description, you can join that too. Okay, if you look at this particular chart of gold, what you can see that 1809.87 is the current price, and the price is currently saying that the probability of going further down is on higher side. Okay, now if you look at this particular chart, see, if you look at this particular chart of the downside is there, but the volatility is very high. So what you can do is you can reduce your quantity to half, increase your SL and targets by twice. Okay, then chances, why I have to tell you this, because if you hit your targets, that means if you keep your target and SL low, then it will hit your SL as well as target, so probability will be less that it will hit your target. Okay, if you look at this particular chart, there are two pattern forming. Okay, and the price goes above a level of 1847, then only we can see it can go further upside as a cup pattern is forming. Okay, and now suppose if the price sustain this particular level, what we can see, now probability is less, but if the price sustain this particular level, then only we can see it can go further upside. Otherwise, if it continues this particular trend, it can go further down, and a probability of going further low is on a higher scale. Okay, see, suppose if this 1814 is a strong support, so we can see a bounce back can come, but if this level didn't sustain, chances are high it can go towards $1802, and from there we can see a level of 817.94. Okay, and if the price fall below that particular zone, chances are high, yes, it can go towards $1782, and from there we can see it can move further down, because the trend is continuously down, as you can see. Okay, and once it move below 1782, chances of touching 1774 is there, and from there we can see a level of 1766. Okay, and if that level also didn't sustain, then we can see it can fall further down. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind. Once the price fall below a level of 1766, chances of touching 1747 is there, and from there we can see it can move further down. And it can, if it fall below 1735, chances of touching and going further low is there. But you have to understand something, that the market is very volatile. Okay, if it form a swing, and if this level sustain, and if it forms in this particular range, as you can see there is a continuous downfall, but if it form a swing, then we can see it can go further upside, and a probability of touching $1831 is there, and from there we can see it can move further upside. Chances are less, but if it form and moved in a particular range and break that particular form, that it form a swing, then a probability is very high it can go further upside. And once it sustain above 1847, chances are high we can see a cup pattern will form, and it can go further upside. Okay, so you have to understand here is that this is the probability that once it started hitting that support and a bounce back can come, then only we can see it can go further upside. Okay, so suppose if the price goes above this particular level of 1831, then we can see a level of 1843 level, and from there the next support coming at around $1851.30. Okay, and once the price move over a level of $1853.07, then chances of touching $1871 is there, and from there we can see a level of 1879. And once it goes above that level, then we can see the next support, next resistance coming at around $1883 to a level of further upside. So once it move up that level, I'll make another video explaining where it can go, and a probability is high if it keeps sustaining. Chances of touching 1907 is there, and a probability of going further upside is there. Okay, Once it started moving upside, and once it sustained a level of 1847, then we can see it can go further high towards a level of 1847. As we can see, a cup pattern will form, so chances are very high it can move further upside. Okay, because of some certain factors which are affecting the price of silver and gold, we have seen a lot of volatility. Okay, what I teach in my workshop, I'll tell you here that suppose if you're trading with $10,000, some might be trading with much of quantity, okay, some might with less. So try to trade with 10 to 15% of capital per trade, that is 1,000 to 1,500, and a risk of 0.5, that is $50 to $100. Suppose if you took 5 trades also, maximum risk will be $500, that is 100 per trade. Okay, now what is the benefit? If you lose all 500, that is 5 trades, you will not be in a pressure to recover that money. Okay, but you will focus more on profit. What people do is they lose so much money in the trade itself. Suppose 5,000 for 10,000 capital, they try to recover it, and in that process they lose their full capital. So I teach how to overcome all these things. Okay, if you want to attend that workshop, mail me regarding that and we can work out on the timing. So hope you like the video, and if you